Hello everyone and welcome to Curbshaw's F1 Guide to the new sprint race format. We have a special guest for this video, Archie. So let's dig in. Formula 1 will use a new sprint race format for 3 races this season. The new format is likely to take place around the US Grand Prix. It will not be used in Saudi Arabia or Abu Dhabi. For the British Grand Prix, Formula 1 will use a sprint format. A normal qualification session on the Friday will set the field for a shorter race on Saturday under the new format. Sprint qualifying will be known as sprint qualification session, and it will take place on the last day of the season at Silverstone.
We know how much some of you love a roadmap, so I thought we'd do that for this new sprint race format. Friday at 2:30, free practice 1, which will take 60 minutes, and then at 6 o'clock, qualifying, which will also take 60 minutes with a normal format. Then on Saturday at 12, there'll be another free practice 2, which will again take 60 minutes, and then at 4:30, a sprint race around 17 laps, will be followed by a victory lap and a presentation. Then finally, on Sunday at 3 o'clock, the British Grand Prix will take place, around 52 laps.
Brawn has set aside sprint race tournaments for next year. Teams will have to vote on the proposal before it can be added to the 2020 calendar. F1 will evaluate its effectiveness based on the fans' response, television ratings and ticket sales.
So FAQ time. We wanted to know any questions you had for the sprint race. We hope we have answered them.
Drivers who do not complete 90% of the sprint rate distance will be lined up after those who have completed the required number of laps. If both drivers finish the same number of laps, the driver with the highest starting grid position for the sprint will start.
Damage sustained during the sprint is handled the same as damage sustained during normal qualifying and the race. Teams can seek for authorization to change components, but only with sections that are part of the same specification. It will be permissible to utilise components of a different design in rare situations, especially if they have previously been used in qualifying.
All grid penalties relating to gearbox changes, exceeding power unit components allowance, arising from gaining 3 reprimands or time issues are applied to the race only. Other grid penalties can be applied in the sprint race depending on how the stewards word the penalty. British Grand Prix takes place at Silverstone on Sunday.
If the leader has completed 75% of the distance or more, the winner will receive 3 points. Second place will receive 2 points, and third place will receive 1 point. If the sprint race is interrupted and cannot be restarted, the leader will receive no points if he or she has completed 2 laps or less. But half points will be granted if the leader has completed more than 2 laps, but less than 75% of the distance. F1 intended to award more points to more spots to avoid the race becoming a parade with drivers, keeping their positions to avoid jeopardising their prospects on Sunday. However, there was concern that making Saturday more lucrative would detract too much attention from the Grand Prix. Sprint race results do not count in the case of count-back situation in the championship.
You can find our podcast on many streaming platforms. This includes Spotify, Google Play, Anchor and many more. Search for Chassis Chatter.
You can also watch our podcast on YouTube, plus watch any of our videos. We have new exciting videos coming soon, so be sure to stay tuned in.
Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about the new format, you can ask us on Instagram or Twitter or pop us an email. We'll be happy to reply.